guys, thanks for coming. It's Adam here from Sparta Fight Series. This is our Sparta Fight Series 2 press conference of all our fighters here. We got fighters here from Brazil, from France, from Norway, from Romania, from Bosnia, so all of the world. I'm so pleased for you. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks, guys. You're looking good. The weighing in. Congratulations on the weighing in, guys. You've done an awesome job. I know that some of you cut weight quite a lot, so you've done an awesome job. I would like to introduce you to the fighters. So on my right side here is Daniel Rodriguez.
Hello guys, nice to meet you.
Then on the left side is Yanni Gemoni.
Hello.
Then we've got another pro MMA fight. Is Elvis Silva from Brazil.
Us.
And then on my left side is Christopher Dara from Norway, First Line Academy. And then going to my right, we've got K1 bout Dinko Pehilic from Bosnia. And then on my left side, we've got Nicolas Dragon from Romania. Okay, guys, so thanks to all the journalists for coming in. Feel free to ask any questions to the fighters. Just to break down, Daniel Rodriguez and Yanni Gemoni are fighting for this beautiful belt here. So it's pro MMA fight, 3 5-minute rounds, right? Then we have Christopher and Elvis fighting also pro MMA, 3 5-minute rounds. And then we've got Dinko and Dragon Nicholas fighting in K1. Yes? So now feel free to ask them any questions. Thank you.
Hello.
Right, so my first question is for Elvis. Considering that you've had 11 more fights than your opponent, do you feel that this experience will play in your favour for your fight?
Está a perguntar se, considerando que tiveste 11 lutas mais do que o teu oponente, se achas que isto vai fazer parte e vai contar na tua luta.
Boa tarde a todos. Bom, eu acho que o que vai valer muito vai ser a experiência de estar com mais lutas do que ele. Mas independente disso, poderia ser um atleta com 50 lutas a mais do que eu. Meu trabalho foi bem feito e sábado todos verão. E será vitória ou por nocaute ou por finalização, pode ter certeza.
Elvis says that the experience does count, but he's been working very hard. He's been preparing for Saturday, and he believes that the fight will end either by knockout or submission.
Just a question for Yanis. Can you just tell us a little bit about your experience at AT&T and how your training's been going now?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yep. How's your training coming along at ATT and how's it been around?
Yes, I am training ATT 10 days. It's a very good experience. It's very good sparring. It's in Barbosa, height level, Renan Barrow.
My question's for Daniel. What's your training been like leading up, your training program being like leading up to this fight?
Hello. I've been training. I schedule my training very right this time. In Brazil we always have fights coming up, very short notice. So I'm used to getting fights like 1 week notice, 10-day notice, and this time I had 2 months to prepare. So I did my whole training camp, I talked to all my coaches. I had my wrestling coach, I had my jiu-jitsu coach, I had my MMA coach, my nutritionist coach, everybody involved to this camp. Giannis was on ATT. My coach, my master is the head coach in ATT, and he prepared the whole camp for me, and we did everything very right this time, so I'm feeling good. I feel that my training camp was very professional, you know. So I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready to get this belt.
Same question to Daniel. Good afternoon. You have gathered many styles, fighting styles. So do you think you feel very prepared than your opponent to win this belt, or what do you think about it?
Yeah, man, I'm very prepared. Both fighting and life-wise, you know, I'm feeling like I'm in the right time, in the right place, you know, with the right people. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling more than ready, you know. I feel like this is my time, and nobody's gonna take this from me, you know. Nobody's gonna take this away from me. You know, I have no personal issues with anybody, you know, and anybody that could face me on the cage would feel the same, you know, would feel that drive on me, you know. So I don't care who I'm fighting. All I do care is about the preparation. I just told her I did everything right. So I feel like anything can happen, and I'm ready because I did everything I had to do. I dropped my weight very good. I was very, not that I'm not professional on the other fights, but as I say, when you have a short notice fight, it's hard to prepare. You know, you just go there and fight because you're a fighter. You know, you don't back out, and you go there and you do your thing. But this time, like I knew who I was gonna fight. I knew when I was gonna fight. So, man, this is my time, man. I'm gonna take the belt for sure.
My question is for Yanni. How excited are you to get back in the cage, seeing it is your first fight in over a year?
I'm excited to return in the cage. I love I want to come in friends with the belt. It's my job.
Good job.
So a question for Dinko. I saw you looking over at Nikolai and I heard about the face-offs earlier. How are you feeling about this fight tomorrow?
What happened there?
I don't feel anything, man. It is what it is. I mean, if somebody got in your face, you're not gonna just stand there and take it, you know. 12 fights. I don't even know how many fights I've had. Nobody's ever done it to me. I always respected her, and even him. Massive respect. He's flown over here, you know. He's come to fight, but you can't walk into my house and stick your face in my face and not expect to get a reaction. At the end of the day, it's all bullshit. None of that stuff matters. But all that matters is tomorrow. You know, there's going to be no head nodding tomorrow. It's going to be, we're going to exchange blows and see who goes down, and that's it.
Same question to Nikolai.
Yes, please.
Yeah, same question. How are you feeling about the fight tomorrow, considering?
I will fight you in your house.
I have no idea
You
what
saw me.
saying.
You saw me. I will fight you in your house.
You're going to fuck me in my house.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
I will beat you very, very hard. In the first round, you will be down, bitch. You are a bitch, and you will be still a bitch. And tomorrow.
It's like the worst rap song you've ever heard. Isn't
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, bitch! Shut up! Shut up! Right, my question's for Christopher. You're the youngest guy here, even though it doesn't matter in the fight ring. But how do you feel? How you prepare? How was your schedule preparing? And looking at all these guys that have been in Japan, that have many styles of fighting. How do you think you'll be playing against these guys tomorrow?
The question surrounding my age. I've been competing since I was probably 11 in martial arts. So I have experience on my side, and I prepared good, and I'm ready to fight.
My question is for Yanni. How do you mentally prepare for a fight like this one tomorrow?
I'm ready for the war. I'm physical good. In my head, I'm good. It's good.
My question is for Daniel. Your opponent likes to win by submission. He has quite a few wins by submission. How are you going to stop him from tapping you out?
He's not gonna get near that, you know. That's I'm not being what's the word? Huh?
Like big heavy.
Yeah, I'm not being cocky, you know. But this is how you defend a submission. You don't let the guy get near the submission, you know. And I have experience enough to know what he's looking for, to know what he's preparing for. So everything he throws my way, I'm ready, you know. I'm not gonna let him.
Hi, just kind of a follow-up question from a previous one to whoever would like to answer that. How much do you think mental preparation is important for you guys, aside of physical?
100%. This is a mental game, you know. Physical, everybody's. If you go all around the world, you know. I live in American top team for 5 years. I fought in Thailand. I fought in Brazil many times. I fought all over America, and everybody I met was physically prepared. Everybody's strong. Everybody's hard. If you walk inside that cage, you are a warrior, you know, and you gotta respect that. Everybody. That's why I don't like much this silly talk like the young boy, you know. But mentally, you gotta be mentally ready for everything, you know, and you have to know how to prepare for that, because it's not just think positive, you know. Like you have to go over the scenarios. Like I've seen this fight I'm gonna fight so many times in my head that I already know everything's gonna happen, you know. It's gonna happen how it happens in my head, and in the end I'm gonna lift my hand. So I really believe that you must prepare your mind as much as you prepare your body, maybe even more, you know, because we, as Christopher, I'm sorry, as Christopher said, he been competing since he was young, so you get used to it, you know, like you the experience all over the years, you get used to the physical condition, you know. But most guys break on the mind, you know, because on fighting, same as life, sometimes come like really rough times, and if you're not ready for it, you break, and that's it. There's no other chance, you know. It's over there, and if you lose, you lose.
Thank you. May I just direct the same question to you, Dinko, as well? I can see that you maintain in your presence quite well, regardless of what happened earlier or what's going on now at the press conference.
It's nothing new. I mean, I've seen this before. Like if you follow fighting, you see it, whether like the top level guys or whatever. But you can also see it when it plays on people's minds, depending on the reaction and stuff like that. But I expected nothing less from him. Like even when he came over here to fight before, like fighting me, his attitude was like this, and that's who he is. That's nothing to do with me. You know, that's how he wants to carry himself. That's fine. To me, it smells like fear. It smells like not uncertainty. Okay, I'm certain of myself. That's why I don't need to carry myself like a fool, or say certain things, or be in a certain way, other than how I am in general. Okay, maybe he's not like that. Maybe he's a nice guy, if you know him. But that doesn't matter, you know. But mental preparation is massive. If you let people get in your head and you start to doubt yourself, it's going to reflect on your performance. So, but I strongly believe in myself that that's not going to be the case tomorrow, and you'll see that from the performance. So, yeah, mental preparation is massive.
Okay, so a question for Elvis. Elvis, welcome to the UK from Brazil, but Daniel as well, of course. How has it been so far in the UK? How has the different conditions affected you at all in terms of your preparation, maybe food, the weather? Is there anything about the conditions here that's perhaps something you need to prepare for?
Obrigado pela questão. Eu estou muito bem preparado fisicamente e mentalmente. E independente de fuso horário, eu cheguei uma semana antes para poder fazer essa adaptação. E para mim não tem problema nenhum, porque assim como na Rio Fighters no Brasil, aqui os treinos também são muito duros. E pode ter certeza que o show vai ter com certeza amanhã. Para mim não tem dificuldade nenhuma em estar lutando em outro país, devido à minha preparação que foi muito forte, tanto no Brasil como aqui no final do meu camp.
Elvis says he feels he says thank you first, and he says also that no matter the hour shift, he came here a week before to prepare for that, but he feels ready because he has here the hard training that he also had back home at Rio de Janeiro with Rio fighters. Feels ready.
If I could ask another question to Elvis. Elvis, you're reputed as a karate fighter, have a karate base. It's not so common in MMA, I guess, to have a karate base. So I wonder if you could say a few things to somebody else who does karate. How have you incorporated it into MMA, and do you see it as your sort of secret weapon? How does it work in your game?
Bom, é legal que você é praticante do Karatê. Eu pratico Karatê desde meus 5 anos de idade, eu tenho 28 anos agora. E isso já está enraizado em meu jogo. O meu mestre de Karatê é meu pai, sou formado por ele desde os 5 anos de idade. E o Karatê vai ser uma arma surpresa na hora da luta, pode ter certeza.
Elvis says that he was trained by his father from year 5, and since he was 5 years old, and he says absolutely it's a secret weapon of his sorts, and he will be using that in his skill set.
My question is for Christopher. Do you think it's important that having fights in England, do you think that fighting in England is a good way to get your name out there as a pro MMA fighter?
I think fighting everywhere is important to get your name out there, but the conditions in Norway now is that MMA is still illegal, and we can't compete there. So we have a good training background there. We have lots of UFC fighters at my gym. We still can't compete in Norway. So I've been all over the world fighting. I've been to Vegas fighting, Denmark, England, Ireland. But no, I don't think it's that important to fight in England. I think it's important to fight good guys and fight tough guys and beat them.
Dinko, what made you want to become an MMA fighter?
Tough question. I don't know, when I was quite young, I grew up with karate as well, and then went on to like kickboxing and stuff, and then just played football like all the other kids. And then as I kind of grew up a bit, I didn't really do anything, and then kind of found cage fighting online before it became like the big thing that it was. This is a long time ago now. And I was like really interested in watching it and the aspects of it and stuff like that, and it was interesting to me. Back then it was kind of like, why are guys rolling around on the floor? It's the most boring thing I've ever seen. But I found it quite interesting, and then I found out about Adam's gym, and I went down there, and in 10 minutes of training I threw up everywhere outside. But I kept going back and back because there was just something there. And most of my fights have been MMA fights, except this one. This is K1, which is fine. It's nice to do something different. Different preparation, different mindset, different skill set. Less various skills involved because you obviously take out the ground game, you take out the grappling with K1. So it's been nice just to focus solely on one aspect of fighting, whereas with MMA obviously you have to focus on quite a few. So, that didn't really answer your question. I don't know. It's just if you like to challenge yourself, and if you think that you can be something a little bit more than what you already are, there's only one real way to test yourself, and that is to compete. And that's it. That's why I do it.
Question to Christopher. What's your plan for this season? What would you like to achieve by the end of it?
I'd like to fight one more time before the year is over, so probably a fight in December would interest me.
I have a question for Daniel. Do you have any sort of like inspirations in mixed, like in MMA, and is there any like UFC fighters that you really like to watch and really enjoy?
Many, man. Like one good thing in my life that I'm really proud that like my idols are like my very closest friends. You know, I have many friends that fought all over the world back in the days in Pride, in UFC. My coach in Brazil, Milton Vieira, he fought all the big shows, the main promotions are Pride, UFC, Strike Force, ADCC. So he's definitely an inspiration. I have Jay-Z, which is a guy that I consider my old brother, and he was a two-time K1 Hero champion back in the days in Japan. And man, I have so many guys in my head. Pitbull, there's a very aggressive Thiago Pitbull, which is also my friend and very aggressive fighter. Too many to say, man. I really look for inspiration because it's good to have a reference in life, you know, like where you want to go towards. So many friends, man, I have as inspiration for my career.
Yeah, I have a question for Dinko. How do you feel about mixed combat sports performance, like making the crossover? So, for example, Brock Lesnar or CM Punk making the transition from like WWE to UFC. How do you feel about those type of fighters? Are you a fan of that type of thing?
I'm sure they feel really good about it, the amount of money they got paid to do that. You can't take away the fact that these people are athletes. When people talk about entertainment wrestling, you can't deny what these people do. They're on the road over 300 days a year, technically competing every night, whether it's staged or not. That it's an athletic sport. You can't deny that. And when you're getting slammed around all the time, or whatever it is that's involved in the particular show, you can't deny that these people are athletes, you know. So if they're willing, just like I said before, to answer her question, you know, it's how you want to challenge yourself. So if that wasn't enough for them and they really wanted to progress further and test what they really are made of or capable to do, then I have no issue with that. I'll happily crack open some beers and watch that shit.
It's a question for Yanis, and although we have a translator. Janis, what do you think is your achievement, like the biggest achievement you can have in your life?
Décrocher d'autres ceintures, si possible européennes et mondiales, d'aller le plus loin possible, de combattre les meilleurs et de m'épanouir dans mon sport. Parce que les MMA, j'ai commencé il y a pas longtemps, j'ai commencé il y a 4 ans. Donc voilà, j'espère aller le plus loin possible.
We want to take the belt around the world and fight the best fighter after this competition.
This goes out to anyone really, anyone who wants to answer. Who are your dream opponents within MMA or within UFC?
Moi je m'inspire beaucoup du style de Conor McGregor, que tout le monde connaît. Et j'aime bien aussi l'agressivité et la rage de Khabib Nurmagomedov. Je pense que vous les connaissez tous. Et voilà.
Do you understand now?
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone else has got a dream opponent?
Anyone else, guys, want to ask anything? Guys, the journalist or anyone here wants to ask any question to the fighter? Feel free to ask anything, no problem.
Nicholas, yeah, how do you see your preparation? How do you think you have improved since you fight last time? How?
I'm very training, and tomorrow I will put to sleep Dinko in the first round. I can fight with him anytime, anywhere.
Any more questions, guys? No? Thank you so much for all the questions. Guys, for you, if there is anything you want to say, feel free. I could give you the microphone right now, or just do your job tomorrow.
I just want to take the time to appreciate your work, you know, because without you guys, like we have no visibility, and we need the visibility to do our work. So we are all one together here. So thank you for coming. Thank you for all the questions, all the respect, you know, and I hope you guys have a good time tomorrow. You know, it's gonna be fun. And one thing, man, I don't think there's no fight without violence, man. You cannot love fighting and hate violence. I keep reading your shirt. But that's it, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the questions. It's a joke. Have a good day.
For me as well, guys, thank you so much for being here. You can also don't forget, you can also buy the tickets on onlinetickets.com. You can also watch pay-per-view if you can't be here tomorrow from 6 o'clock at the My Skate World in Eastbourne. You can watch on pay-per-view. It's a Fight TV channel. So just Google Fight TV channel, and then you can find us on pay-per-view for only like $40. So for you fighters, good luck tomorrow. All the best. Do your best. Just do your best job. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you.